What is up, everybody? So, I found this article talking about a teen who disappeared in 1994 who was found alive 32 years after with a new identity. So, I guess this is the picture, something that they used to show that she was missing, and this is her, just that she was located. Christina Marie Plant was just 13 years old when she went missing on May 15th, 1994. That's just a few years before I was born. It says that she was last seen by her family in Star Valley, Arizona. The last thing that they saw her doing was going outside to tend to her horse, and she never came back. A statement from the Gila County Sheriff's Office says extensive efforts were made to find her, with law enforcement performing exhaustive ground searches, interviews, and investigative follow-ups at the same time. So I guess that means that they were just going around and asking people things continuously and repetitively. She was listed as missing, endangered, and under suspicious circumstances, with a flyer saying that she was last seen wearing a white t-shirt, shorts, and black tennis shoes. And you guys can see here it says, despite the help from volunteers and other local officers, Plant was nowhere to be found. Her information was entered into a national missing children's database, and they posted flyers throughout the entire United States. Gila County Sheriff's Office cold case missing person investigation synopsis says that she went missing at some place called Moonlight Drive, and she was last seen May 15th, 1994. Wow. Looks like she would now be 44 years old. It seems like Plant's family would have never seen their daughter again, but Gila County Sheriff's Office formed a cold case unit to tackle the cases just like this. Thanks to their efforts, Plant has been located and confirmed alive as of April 2026, 32 years after she went missing. The Gila County Sheriff's Office released an official statement with the news on April 1st, but it's no April Fool's joke, it says. Christina Marie Plant is alive and well, and her identity has been confirmed by investigators. Dude, I don't know all the details to everything. I don't think that it's gonna say. It says that Sheriff J. Adam Shepard would like to release the following information about the cold case. It says that they announced the successful resolution of decades-old missing persons case from May 1994. Christina was reported missing, vanished from her community at the time of her disappearance. Extensive search efforts were conducted by local law enforcement. It says despite the exhaustive ground searches, interviews, and investigative follow-ups, no viable leads were developed. Christina was entered into the National Missing Children's Database with missing flyers distributed locally, statewide, and in other parts of the country. Over the years, the case remained open and active, with investigators periodically re-examining evidence and pursuing new information as it became available. The formation of the Gila County Sheriff's Office at this time marked the renewed commitment to unresolved investigations, utilizing advances in technology, modern investigation techniques, and detailed case review detectives, developed new leads, and ultimately led to a breakthrough. After 32 years, Christina Plant has been located alive. Investigators have confirmed her identity, and her status as a missing person has officially been resolved, which is fucking amazing, honestly. I'm sure for her family, it's very relieving. This case underscores the importance of cold case reviews, initiatives, and the impact of evolving technologies in bringing long awaited answers to families and communities. The Sheriff's Office extends its gratitude to the investigative analysis partner agencies and community members who contributed to keep this case active over the decades. And out of respect for Karina's privacy and well being, additional details will not be released at this time. So I guess they're not going to talk about why exactly she went missing or what happened, but it's kind of amazing that with all the new technology and stuff nowadays, we're able to actually uncover a lot of missing evidence and missing information we would need to actually bring this stuff to light, which I think is amazing, really, like I said. It says that this case underscores the importance of cold case review initiatives and the impact of evolving technologies in bringing long awaited answers to families and communities. It says that the Sheriff's Office extends its gratitude to the investigator analysis partners, agencies, and community members who contributed to keep this alive for decades. There's also a video with the article I wanted to watch with you guys
On
here.
May 15th, 1994, 13-year-old Christina Marie Plant left her home in Star Valley, Arizona. It's a small town northeast of Phoenix. She was headed on foot to a stable where her horse was kept, and that was the last time anyone saw her. Her disappearance was described as suspicious and she was considered endangered. Missing person
Mm.
flyers flooded the area, describing Christina as having blue eyes and dark blonde hair. Last seen wearing a white t-shirt, multicolored
I
shorts,
do
and black
wonder what
tennis shoes.
happened.
Search teams scoured the area, and her case was entered into the National Missing Child databases with flyers spread all statewide across the country. Years passed, decades passed. Investigators continued to re-examine the evidence to pursue new leads, and still nothing until this week. After 32
That's
years,
amazing, dude.
a
What the
breakthrough.
fuck?
You see, the Gila County Sheriff's Office announces that Christina Marie Plant has been found and is alive. Now, investigators say they've confirmed her
After
identity
32
and
years.
they credit the breakthrough to their cold case unit and evolving technology. But here's where the case takes another turn. Authorities
Dang,
didn't say
bro.
where Christina was found or what happened to her. Tonight, that's going to change. My next guest was the cold case unit captain who made contact with Christina. Says Christina said she ran away all those years ago with the help of a family member. Jamie Garrett is a captain of criminal
Oh,
investigations for
wow.
Gila County in the cold case unit. Joins us now exclusively. Thank you for taking the time. How'd you find her?
She just ran off with a family member and they never told
Basically, we
him?
put
Told the family?
new technology to work.
Wow.
Back then in 1994, we didn't have the technology that we have today. We had new law enforcement databases that basically are only unique to law enforcement these days. We didn't have
We didn't have the
technology
resources.
back then, cell phones, anything like that. So no social media platforms back then. In the original case file that I looked over, she had handwritten notes to friends. That was their form of social
Right.
media back then. So
That's all they had to go off
one
of.
of the
That's
things
crazy.
you do when you first review a cold case to see if you're able to apply any of these new techniques is basically you read through the old investigative profile to see if you can apply any of the techniques. And
Right.
we looked and we're like, well, they never found a body, so never found any remains, anything like that. So we wanted to apply some of these new techniques to see if we could find somebody that matched her description.
And it worked. And my understanding is you speak to her on the phone. What did she say? What happened during that conversation?
Well, basically, I wasn't, because with the long time that had passed, obviously she had changed her name because she got married. And so I wasn't sure if I had the correct person. So basically, when I called, I had to leave a message.
She was
basically.
probably
So
really
she called me
unsure.
back, and I introduced myself. I basically said, I'm hoping that you're my missing person. And I said, this is what I have. I believe you're the missing person. Did you ever live in Arizona, specifically Star Valley? Star Valley.
Right.
And I started mentioning some of the details, and she basically confirmed on the phone that yes, I am her.
Wow.
What was the why? Why'd she run away?
Are they going to explain that?
Well,
I would love to
I
know,
guess she
honestly.
wasn't happy with where she was living and who she was living with, and she ran away. And I was
That makes
I was
sense.
dumbfounded. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, so you ran away. I told her, I said, we were under the impression that somebody kidnapped you. It was deemed a criminal offense.
I guess the question is, how does a 13-year-old run away and seemingly stay hidden for so long?
Well, I guess she had
No
the
connection.
help of other
They didn't
family
have
members
connections
that
to make
she
it work.
must have had some type of communication with. I mean, because I had asked her that question. I'm like, well, how did you leave? And she's like, well, what do you mean? I walked out the front door. And I'm like, well, that's not what I meant.
Right.
I meant, how did you leave Arizona? So she was not willing to want to go there. She didn't really want to tell me the details.
So she didn't even tell you what was the problem that made her want to leave?
No, not really. She said that was a long time ago. That was an old life. She's now, since, like you said, she's 44 years old. She's in her adult life.
She's forgot about that by now, I guess.
That's not something she even thinks about. So.
Wow.
Do you know if there's other family members looking for her that want a resolution?
No, I don't think so, because the way she made it sound is she was with an undisclosed family member that she left with.
Okay. And again, nothing in your investigation determined that there was a crime or that give you an indication why she would have left?
No, other than she really wasn't happy where she was at.
Wow. What a development. Let me just tell you,
I mean, she's
excellent
in her
police
40s
work.
now.
This
It's
is an
it's too
incredible,
late. Nothing can be done.
incredible moment. We will see what happens next. And it
She's
doesn't sound like she wants to
wow.
give more inclination or more explanation about what happened.
I
But
don't think she has
Captain,
to,
incredible
really.
work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below.
Wow. Okay. So I just wanted to check that out with you guys. Man, let me know of other cases that you guys have heard like this. I definitely have heard stories similar to this where they uncover some new evidence for a crime or something that had happened a long time ago. It's just very baffling because it just kind of turns out like you wouldn't expect sometimes like this one. So let me know if you guys were surprised by this case. Let me know if you guys are interested in content like this and stories like this as well, because I think they're very fascinating. And let me know if there's something else you guys want me to look at next time, and have a good one.